Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Betty, and I'm so excited you're here with me today. Before we jump into today's topic, don't forget to hit subscribe, drop a like, and comment where you're watching from. I love hearing from you all across the globe. Alright, let's get started. You know, losing a spouse is one of the hardest things any of us will ever go through. The grief, the loneliness, it's overwhelming. But what many seniors don't realize is that in the fog of that heartbreak, there are financial dangers lurking, decisions that seem harmless at the time but can leave you struggling for years to come. And the worst part? These traps often come disguised as help. A well-meaning relative, a smooth-talking advisor, even a trusted friend might unintentionally steer you toward choices that could drain your savings, tie up your assets, or worse, leave you dependent on others when you least expect it. That's why today, we're going to talk about the 5 biggest financial traps seniors face after losing a spouse, and exactly how to avoid them. Because you've worked hard for your security. You deserve to protect it. Now, the first trap is one I've seen devastate too many widows and widowers: letting someone else take over your finances too soon. In the early days after a loss, everything feels impossible. Writing checks, paying bills, even balancing a checkbook can feel like climbing a mountain. And when a son, daughter, or financial advisor steps in and says, "Don't worry, I'll handle everything," it's tempting to just hand over the reins. But here's the danger: once someone else has control, it's hard to get it back. I've met seniors who suddenly couldn't access their own accounts, who discovered too late that money had been moved or decisions made without their input. So what should you do instead? First, give yourself time. Grief clouds judgment, and major financial decisions should wait at least 6 months to a year unless absolutely urgent. If you need help with daily tasks, consider setting up a limited power of attorney, one that allows a trusted person to pay bills or manage routine transactions without giving away full control. And always keep one personal account in your name only. That way, no matter what happens, you have a safety net. The second trap: selling your home in a hurry. After losing a spouse, the house can feel too empty, too full of memories. Maybe the kids are saying, "It's too much for you to maintain," or you worry about affording it on one income. But selling under pressure can be a costly mistake. I've talked to seniors who downsized too quickly, only to realize too late that they'd given up equity, tax benefits, or even a paid-off home, only to face rising rents or unexpected costs in a smaller place. Before you make any decisions, pause. Unless you're truly unable to manage the home physically or financially, consider waiting a year. Explore alternatives first, like renting out a room, applying for property tax relief programs for seniors, or even bringing in a home-share companion. And if you do decide to sell, never accept the first offer. Get an independent appraisal, consult a senior specialized real estate agent, and make sure you're not leaving money on the table. Now, let's talk about the third trap, and this one is especially cruel because it preys on vulnerability. Scammers and predatory salespeople who target grieving seniors. It's a sad truth that after the loss of a spouse, you become a prime target for financial vultures. They might come disguised as long-lost friends, helpful financial advisors, or even aggressive salespeople pushing unnecessary services. I'll never forget Martha, a 72-year-old widow who called me in tears after someone convinced her to invest her late husband's life insurance payout into a guaranteed high-return annuity. By the time she realized it was a scam, half her money was gone. These predators know exactly what to say. They'll mention your spouse's name, pretend to offer condolences, and then swoop in with a limited-time opportunity. So here's how to protect yourself. First, if anyone pressures you to make a quick financial decision, that's your red flag. No legitimate investment, insurance policy, or deal requires an immediate signature. Second, never give out personal financial details over the phone or email, no matter how official they sound. And third, always run any big financial decision by a neutral third party, like a fee-only financial planner or a trusted family member who isn't benefiting from the deal. Now, the fourth trap is one that tears families apart, making rushed decisions about inheritance. After losing a spouse, emotions run high, and sometimes children or relatives start asking about their share of the estate before the grief has even settled. Maybe there's pressure to update a will, transfer property, or hand out cash gifts to make things easier. But acting too fast can lead to unfair distributions, family disputes, or even legal battles down the road. Here's what to do instead. Unless there's an urgent tax or legal reason, avoid making major changes to your estate plan for at least a year. If family members ask about inheritance, a simple, "I need time to think," is a fair response. And when you are ready, consult an estate attorney, not just to divide assets, but to protect yourself. For example, setting up a trust can ensure your money is used for your care first, rather than being drained by well-meaning but financially reckless relatives. And that brings us to the fifth and final trap, one that seems harmless but can destroy your financial stability: co-signing loans for family members. After losing a spouse, it's natural to want to help your kids or grandkids, especially if they're struggling. But co-signing a mortgage, car loan, or even a credit card can backfire catastrophically. If they miss payments, you are legally responsible, and I've seen too many seniors lose their homes or savings because of a defaulted loan they never expected to pay. Instead of co-signing, consider alternative ways to help, like gifting a small amount of cash, if you can afford it, or connecting them with financial counseling. And if you do decide to assist financially, put strict limits in writing. For example, "I'll cover this month's rent, but next month, we reassess." That way, you're helping without risking your future. You know, when we lose someone we love, it feels like the ground has been pulled out from under us. And in those moments, the last thing we should have to worry about is money. But the truth is, financial decisions made in grief can haunt us for years, unless we make them with clear eyes and a protected heart. Let me share something important. You are not alone in this. Every single one of the traps we've talked about today, they're so common because they happen to good people every day. People just like you. People who loved deeply, trusted openly, and simply didn't realize how vulnerable grief can make us. But here's what else is true: you're stronger than you think. And by taking just a few careful steps, you can honor your spouse's memory while protecting the future they would want for you. Now, let's bring this all together. First, remember that time is your ally. There are very few financial decisions that truly can't wait a few months. When someone pressures you to act now, that's not help, that's a warning sign. Second, keep at least one financial account in your name only. This isn't about distrusting others, it's about maintaining your independence. Third, your home is more than just property, it's your sanctuary. Before making any changes, explore all your options. And when it comes to family, love them, but protect yourself too. That might mean saying no to a loan request, or not yet to inheritance discussions. Real love understands boundaries. As for those smooth-talking strangers offering deals, hang up the phone. Delete the email. You don't owe anyone your money or your trust. I want you to picture something. Imagine your spouse looking down on you right now. What would they want for you? Not just today, but for all your tomorrows. They'd want you safe. They'd want you secure. They'd want you to enjoy the life you built together, without worry or regret. That's why these protections matter, not because you're being fearful, but because you're being wise. Before we finish, I'd love to hear from you. Have you faced any of these situations? What helped you get through? Share your story in the comments. Your experience could help someone else who's feeling lost right now. And if this video helped you, please like and share it. You never know which of your friends might need this warning today. Remember this: grief may change us, but it doesn't have to break us, and it certainly doesn't have to leave us struggling financially. Take your time. Trust your instincts. And know that with each careful choice, you're not just protecting your money, you're protecting your future, your independence, and the legacy of love you and your spouse created. Here's to your strength, your wisdom, and the life ahead of you. Until next time, take care of yourself, you're worth it.